I'm excited because I got to learn what audiences' responses are to the different parts, so I'm excited to know that this crowd just went through that.
Yes, did you find that people are different age groups, different audiences are responding to different things, or is that one kind of?
Well, there's some things that everybody responds to. There's particularly one scene that, you know, so there's certain things throughout that everybody responds to. But yeah, it seems to go across ages, you know, like people are like, I don't know if I want to come with my grandparents. I'm like, they know more about this stuff than you.
Where, for those of you who don't, or those of the audience who don't know, where did this come from? Where the origin story of Pilot?
Yeah, well, 20 years ago I wrote a song called I Love Boosters. And it's not that this came from the song so much as the song and this came from the same place. Being a broke rapper for many years, I definitely, and needing to stay fly, I definitely employed the services of many a booster. And kind of just saw the glue that is held together by folks in the community. And I wanted to talk about when I'm thinking about characters that I want to write about. I'm often like sometimes, this is like one time I had a picture in the newspaper of Aretha Franklin, and her background singer was in back of her with a certain face, and I kept that up on my refrigerator because I was like, I'm gonna write something about her. So sometimes I'll just have characters in my head, and I'll be like, well, are they going to be a background character? It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons or something, and or are they going to be the main character? And so when I decided on what became Corvette, I was thinking about the world around her and the world connected to her. And interestingly, I had Lakeith's character already, and he's the first person I had cast even before I wrote the script. Because I was just like, this idea for a character. I don't know where it's gonna go, but this, it could have been the lead of something, it could have been, and so when I realized Corvette needed to meet this person and it helped us reflect off of her choices and what she was looking for, then that's when it went in there.
Yeah, I'm curious, for Lakeith, again, who you have worked with before, what were the directions in the script? Because I feel like for a lot of the film, he's kind of just smoldering in a beautiful way. So you're
a lot of the stuff that I write is like a novel from one character's point of view. So we're kind of thinking of, when I'm writing it in the script, it's more about what she's seeing, right? And then me and Keith have to come up with what he's going through.
Yeah, I think it's so fun to watch Lakeith because again, when you guys are first thinking, you're like, what is going to happen with this man? And then we find out.
But yeah, I originally wrote, I pitched this as a bunch of boosters find a teleporter, because often what I'm doing is what the device ended up doing, which is I'm heightening the contradictions in order to point out, and to the point of absurdity, in order to, that's kind of what an analysis is. You're saying these are the contradictions that you want to pay attention to. These are those, and so I'm always heightening the contradictions. So my way of doing that was like talking about the ends of the distribution of something and the beginning of it coming together, and that was with the teleporter. And I started writing that, and then I got bored. And then I went and finished writing I'm a Virgo, and then I wrote these 2 other scripts that I've since sold, and then I went back to that, and I was thinking about science fiction, and I was thinking about how science fiction itself has changed the way that we think of existence, right? So with a time machine, for instance, it's changed the way we think about things, because there's only right now. There's no such thing as time. Everything before is a memory. It's just, or us right now looking at things that are written about that memory or written at the time. And then everything that's the future is us imagining what could be. Sometimes they may be pretty good guesses, or they might be logically what we predict will happen, but they're still in our imagination. And so there's only right here, there's only now, there is no time. Now, that's scientifically provable. That is, you can prove that with empirically proven data. But when I say it, I sound like a hippie. Because of science fiction. Because of science fiction making us think like, oh, there is this time that's there, we just haven't figured out a device. Maybe in 1,000 years we'll invent a thing, maybe, so I was like, okay, and I'm not against people believing bullshit. Sometimes that helps us, makes us feel okay. But I'm like, okay, what if I put a philosophy that I use, actually even one that I use to write with, into the device, and make that be the theory upon which it works, which was dialectical materialism. So once I did that, I got really excited and finished writing the script.
Nice. I would love to talk about your leading ladies. I think obviously the entire cast is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Was Kiki first and then?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I feel like you have to do it.
Yeah.
Is when I write, I'm writing with an amalgamation of real people in my head, kind of like a dream where first you think you're talking to your father, and then it's Denzel Washington, like like it's just like different people, right? And then and so, but then when I get to casting, it's me like imagining the whole movie with that person in it, and what we do. So yeah, Kiki, I had seen some stuff that some other lesser known movies that she had done, one called Pimp and one called Alice. And I saw her doing a different thing than I normally see in her other stuff. And when we talked, and she, so she's a comedic genius, and some of what she's known for is this cadence that really works. But I wanted to do something else, because in real life she's hilarious, but not with that same cadence. And so I wanted to get something else that was more about how she is in real life. And when I told her that, she was like, yeah, everybody always says that. And then when they get on set, they want the thing that they think brings the money. Right. And so, but this was stuck with that.
Yeah, I think it's a great.
Yeah, and then I think everybody. I think this is my best work. I think this is Kiki's best work. I think this is everybody's best work that's on this stuff and who else's best work I think it is also the cinematographer, Natasha Braier. There's 4 generations of special effects in Hollywood, starting with his grandfather, who won the Academy Award for Time Machine, wrapping that all together, in 1963, and his father, who won the Academy Award for Terminator 2, and then they all worked on everything from Bram Stoker's Dracula to all kinds of things, Wes Anderson stuff.
I love boosters.
And
I was wondering if there was a sequence that Natasha executed that even dazzled me more. Do you guys want to come down?
Yeah, come on down.
Artistry in this film, and I feel like everyone from top to bottom, you found like the best
Panavision loves Natasha so much. I'll give some context. For I'm a Virgo, I was wanting Panavision lenses. They're like, we don't have the time, you know. And then when Natasha was on this, they were like, what? We will invent some new lenses. Which they did. They invented some new, took glass from old stuff that was on stuff like Bush Cassidy in the Sundance Kid, and put that with some other glass, and so that we could get more light in it. And then she also made this invention, which we won't talk a lot.
You can talk about it. Yeah,
That
I'm
called
going to kill you afterwards.
Okay, called chorizo, which is this other attachment on front of the lens where it can not only do flares, but kind of give a wash of color over things, and she's DJing it as it's going, while we're shooting stuff. So like just the immediate look of everything was already up 10 notches, you know. And then yeah, I can't say what does it look, it'd be hard for me to pick that because once she came into the mix, the whole, you know, the boundaries opened up.
Well, Natasha, would you like to speak a little bit to kind of the magic of this film kind of getting to play in this environment? It's so original and wonderful. I feel like everyone on it rocked their
Yeah, I think for me, when Woods called me, it was a dream to do something with him, because he's got his own
Now
universe.
she turned me down for 2 other movies.
So third time I was like, yeah, before knowing anything, I was like, okay, he's never gonna call me again. But yeah, I was like, it didn't work out, it was COVID, whatever, but since I met him, when we first talked about Swords Body, it was like, this guy is a genius. And so yeah, when I read the script, as you can see, it's very ambitious in the best possible way. And I was like, there's no way we can make this with the money and the time we had. But I was like, I'm in. Whatever this roller coaster is gonna be, he's gonna do something amazing. And so it was kind of like a complete leap of faith. Like when you're working with an artist like Woods, it doesn't matter. You just go there and you are gonna figure it out. And literally, I think every day it was like a huge day. Every day we had, it wasn't like those movies where it's like, well, Thursday we have this big thing that we're all like prepping. Like every day it was this big challenge and how we're going to achieve it. And every day we all got together, we put our heads together, how we're gonna make it work with the resources we have. And every day we did something great. And we had this great captain that when we were all like, oh my God, you know, all the departments like freaking out, like, but how are we gonna do it? And Woods was like, I'm gonna do it this way. And there was no way, you know, I'm used to working with directors that are very visual and they have their own style and all of that. And after a couple of weeks, not of prep, but even when you're shooting, you kind of understand what the language of the movie is. And you're like, okay, I see now how we're gonna shoot this. Like you can kind of anticipate. With Boots, I could never anticipate, which was this amazing thing because I was like, the moment I think I figure him out, like he's like 5 steps ahead. So we're never in the comfort zone, even the comfort zone of the movie, which is not a comfort zone to like achieve this. But there was no way for me. That's what I loved, you know. Like I thought, okay, I have this idea. We're gonna do it this way, and then he would just make the idea 10 times better and challenge me 10 times more. And that's like for me, that's the dream. Like I want to be in that place. I want to be pushed to do things that I wasn't even able to think.
Nice. I mean, I hope we get to have you all assembled for the next project if you're available. Chris, can you talk a little bit about what you've got to do on this that maybe you hadn't done before, and things, again, hopefully people will see this movie many times, but things to kind of look out for on a second viewing?
Yeah, thank you first of all, Boots. I think AI has a branding problem right now, and I think miniatures bring a character to them themselves. Boots is always telling me, don't make it look real, and in my life, if you don't know we did an effect, we did it right most of the time, because then you would think it's a full-scale explosion or something. Many movies, I did a little show called Megapolis recently. Mutual friend introduced me to Boots. We talked the movie for about 10 minutes. We talked politics for about an hour. We're very like-minded. So for me, I was already working with a female director once, and I had another female director, and then a black director. It's like, God, the business has changed in a long time. If I can get more of that, I'm in a good place, really good place. He wanted to do miniatures. I came on late. They had the whole show planned out, and it was like our mutual friend, we got a hold of each other. So they were frantic, which didn't help me at all. Going, well, what do you guys want me to make? What do you guys, can you guys give me some time? I need some time. And they're like, Boots just kept saying, you're gonna shoot it when I'm done with my movie. Just build it, I'll shoot it when I get back. So we waited for Boots to get back.
And kind of some of how it rolled out is we were only gonna do the mall part as a miniature, and then we were looking at the costs of like shooting on the street in San Francisco, then trying to do some of it in Atlanta, and then it was costing more and more, and it was like, oh, maybe we'll just shoot it from inside the cabin and we have all these things, you know. And we were in a Zoom, and then Chris was like, well, what do you need? You need buildings? We got buildings.
Pretty much how
Put it on a ramp. Make it look like a hill.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then it was on set, well, can you make this truck fly in the air?
Yeah.
Because told me that yesterday.
Once we got there, I was like, well, why are we, you know, keeping to the laws of physics if we have to, you know, if we can do anything?
But the crazy thing about miniatures, though, is you have to deal with the laws.
It is laws, but I'm saying.
But he wanted to go bombastic, which was exactly his word.
Yeah.
Make it bombastic.
Yeah.
We crashed the car a few times, 2-day turnaround after we went to the body shop. You know, the typical things in miniatures. We did go motion, which is motion control. We did high-speed photography. We did a matte painting, an actual painting in this,
when
not
you
a
look up, it's a matte.
yeah, in the ceiling of the mall, it's a real painting. Ian Hunter painted it for us. He's all about anything we can do in camera, and that's all my family's done for 85 years. So we.
I'm getting the rap signal just because we
Yep.
don't have to
Okay.
closing thoughts.
Well, here's the thing. So, you know, this is obviously a movie that does a lot of things that I've never seen before, and probably you've never seen before. And it's sometimes you can be like, wow, this is something Neon put out there, like the hot shit indie distributor right now. So it kind of seemed like it's got it made, but we don't have it covered. We need your help. You know, with Sorry to Bother You, we were able to roll things out little by little over like almost the whole summer. Things are different now in the film, in the, you know, theatrical space, as well as we're out wider and you know, have to fight for elbow room and fight for screens. So what I need you to do is, if you like this movie, I need you to tell people about it. I need you to post about it on every platform that you're on, so much so that your family calls and asks if everything's okay. I need you to tell people about it in real life. Like, if you're at a cafe, you can use it as a way to meet somebody, you know? Like, you can get the trailer on your phone and be at a cafe and be like, have you seen this? You might meet somebody, you might go on a date and come back here with them and then show them the Lakeith scene.
You should say he was with his wife.
Yeah, that was how I made sure that we got a good scene with that. That was Lakeith's wife. With me. Yeah. You know, yeah, if you tell people about it, and if you do plan to come back, let's say you're like, oh, this is something I do need to see again. Why not come by tomorrow? we need this first week, you know, to come, and she's been a few times.
This will be my 8th watch. I'm trying to find my bus stop downtown, and a drag queen helped me get to my bus stop because my vision is not so good at night. I said, please take these 2 passes and use them to watch I Love Booster. I did show them the poster, and then she drag queen, and I was like, I have a wig, but I'm not wearing it right now. She was wearing a wig, and I was like, please go see this movie like today, tomorrow. Tomorrow because or Monday because it was last night. And
cool.
Like, yeah.
Buy tickets too.
So we know this the community spirit.
But yeah, this is something that I think for aesthetic reasons and political reasons needs to get out there. Thank you so much.